welcome everyone to another stream. FPL is back. Now, sorry if you hear me too loud. Sorry, I didn't have enough time to set up correctly my microphone. So yeah, please let me know if everything is working okay. Hi, Prajwol Parajuli. Now, this is going to be a short stream. It's going to be my reaction to the fixtures, really. There's still a lot of time to go till the new FPL season is going to start. But yeah, we can just talk a little bit about the fixtures. I just came back from work, for example, and yeah, I didn't saw a lot about the fixtures, so we can take a look together if you want to see the fixtures for game week 1. I'm also going to record probably a new video which is going to drop off tomorrow, I think, for tomorrow morning, something like that, or the afternoon. I don't know exactly at the moment when I'm going to get the time to do that, but I'm going to try to analyze a little bit, to try to make a resume of the fixtures for game week 1. We can make a little bit of an image of which players maybe we want to target, more likely which teams we want to target, because the player prices are not yet revealed and it's going to be still a lot of time to go till we find that out. But we can make an image about which teams have the better fixtures for the next season, and obviously which teams have the worst fixtures. So yeah, it's not so relevant at the moment, but we can talk about it, and that's not really any problem if you want, obviously. And yeah, hi Prajwol Parajuli, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciated. Just a second, sorry guys. Okay, so it's looking like the stream is working a little bit at the moment, so yeah, I think we're fine. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. I know it's really early into the FPL season, and yeah, good idea, Parajuli. I can show you my FPL, my previous year's ranking history if you want to. Now obviously you can see it right here. These are my best finishes. So my best ever finish was last year, lucky for me. My rank was 4k, as you can see, 4 and 39 to be more specific. But yeah, we're going to take a look, if you want guys, on my previous year ranking history, but also we're going to take a look at some of the let's see firstly the game week 1 fixtures, and yeah, who's going to be our captain. Now, if you don't know already, the fixtures have just dropped this morning for the FPL 2025-26 season. So we know now the fixtures, we know every team who's going to play till game week 38. So yeah, we can plan a little bit now. Obviously, as I said before, it's not going to be so relevant because there is still so much time to go, but at the moment this is what we have. I'm going to keep you posted, guys, if you're interested. I'm going to try to make, obviously I'm going to make preseason videos, but tomorrow I'm going to try to drop another video when I'm going to talk a little bit more specific about the fixtures and which teams should we target for the next season. We're going to take a look at the best fixtures, the worst fixture, and yeah, we're going to talk pretty much about the fixtures. That's what we have at the moment. But yeah, firstly, how are you? And thank you so much for joining the stream. It really means a lot to me. I know that it's really early, and yeah, not everybody is want to consume, let's say, FPL content so early, because the season is going to start in 17 or 18 June. It's going to be on a Friday. The first game week of the season is going to be Liverpool against Bournemouth at Anfield. So that's going to be the first game week. We need to see what FPL is going to change. Obviously, I'm going to make preseason videos about the best players to target, but obviously we need to wait a little bit to see the player prices, because that's going to determine our strategies, how our team is going to look like a little bit in game week 1 is going to be really dependent to the prices of the players. But as you know, we're going to talk a little bit today about that. Liverpool are having some tricky fixtures from the start of the season, and why I'm saying this is because we know that Mohamed Salah smashed it last season, right? Now probably he's going to get a price rise. We don't know exactly how much is he going to cost. Something like 14, I would say, 14.5 maybe. I don't think that Salah is going to be 15 millions, to be honest with you. High potential difference. Thank you so much for joining the stream. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. I saw Arsenal fixtures. I think we will know they will end up second in the first 6 weeks. Yeah, good point. Arsenal are having one of the worst run of fixtures from the beginning alongside Manchester United. So I don't see myself, to be honest with you, owning a lot of Arsenal players now, especially defenders from Arsenal, which we know they were great for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So it's going to feel a little bit awkward to not have Arsenal defenders, but maybe it's a little bit too early to talk about that at the moment. And why I said what I said about Mohamed Salah is obviously because his price is going to get a rise this season. The fixtures are going to be tricky, as I will show you in a minute. The first 3 games for Liverpool are Bournemouth, Arsenal and Newcastle, I think. So the first 3 fixtures are tricky. After that, they're going to play Burnley, some new promoted side. But yeah, you could make a case about starting or with or without Mohamed Salah for sure in game week 1. But obviously, at the moment, I think that I'm going to start with Mohamed Salah. But you need to ask me again in 1 or 2 months, something like that, because yeah, City and Chelsea players look good for the opening game weeks 1-6. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now that you guys are already here, let's just move to the fixtures. Also, do you think this season to trust on Nottingham Forest, because they fell off at the end of the last season? So yeah, I wasn't a really big fan of Nottingham Forest last season. I mean, especially with Chris Wood, I didn't have him for a lot of time, and obviously that hurt me a little bit. But I had defenders from Nottingham Forest. I have Milenkovic. He scored a lot of points. Now I really need to see exactly the fixtures. I think that we're going to see a drop from Nottingham Forest, to be honest with you, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, they are not going to lose a lot of players from what I saw at the moment in the transfer market. For an example, a team like Bournemouth, it looks like they are going to lose some players. So but I just think that Nottingham Forest are not going to be, for sure, are not going to be in the first, second, and third place at the beginning, at least. So yeah, but if we move a little bit here, as you can see here, these are the fixtures for game week 1. Sorry, I need to drink. Okay, so hopefully you can see from the screen, these are the fixtures for game week 1. As I said before, the first fixture is going to be Liverpool against Bournemouth at home. So not a great fixture for Liverpool, not a bad one for sure. As I said before, Bournemouth are going to lose some players probably. Huijsen transferred to Real Madrid. Kerkez, it looks like it's just a matter of time till he's going to go to Liverpool. Semenyo could go. That's not necessarily gonna make Bournemouth a bad team, just like that. But surely it's not a bad fixture from Liverpool, but it's not an easy one. So yeah, I know that maybe I'm hiding behind the fans a little bit with this affirmation. I'm just gonna say it. I think that I would rather just start with Mohamed Salah, to be honest with you, against for game week 1 at least. Now, obviously, game week 2 against Newcastle, game week 3 against Arsenal. The fixtures are a little bit tricky in the first 3 game weeks. That's the reality for Liverpool. But Liverpool are the champions. They are a good team, and obviously that says a lot. Also, Pep trying his new transfers today in the club World Cup. Yeah, I just saw that. But Anuary is not starting. Obviously, Pep just said that they are going to rotate the team for this championship. Is not going to be. It's not like it's like a World Cup or an European tournament or a Champions League or something like that. So of course they are going to rotate a little bit. I think that obviously City transferred in Cherki, Anuary, and Reinders. From what I know at the moment, we need to know the prices, to be honest with you, for all these players. But I just think that they have a lot of midfielders. I'm not sure, although the fixtures are great for Manchester City. We're going to see in a minute for the early fixtures. The schedule is great for Manchester City, so I will have probably some players from Manchester City in my team. But the midfield is just it's going to be a risk, let me just say like that, to have players from Manchester City, because now they have a lot of midfielders. I even can't name all of them. Bernardo Silva, they lost Kevin De Bruyne, they have Cherki, Reinders. I'm not sure if Gundogan is going to remain. They have Doku, they have Grealish, they have Bob, they have a lot of midfielders. That just scream rotation to me, Manchester City. But obviously we need to see what's going to happen. If Cherki, for an example, is going to be really cheap, and we saw in the preseason that he's going to get good minutes, he's going to perform well, then yeah, he could be a nice option, but also a risky one. Also they have Foden, I forgot. So maybe I'm just gonna say an unpopular opinion, but I just think that these teams who are playing at the club World Cup, like Chelsea, Manchester City, I'm not sure if other Premier League teams are playing at that, but I think that it's going to be a disadvantage to them, because yeah, the Liverpool players, Arsenal players are on holiday at the moment. They are going to start the preseason. They are not going to play in this tournament. I just think that is going to be a little advantage. Let me just say it like that, for Liverpool and for other teams who are going to rest the players, are going to have a proper preseason. So yeah, as I said before, City are going to rotate. Obviously, Chelsea are going to rotate in this tournament, but obviously that's going to have a little impact on the physicality of the players, I think, for the start of the season at least. But yeah, you could just consider it just like a preseason, and yeah, then it's just fine. Obviously it's not a big problem. Now if we look at the fixtures from Saturday, Aston Villa, Newcastle, so a derby, let me say it like that. So two teams who are going to play against each other. Manchester Arsenal, another team, another good game. Brighton are going to play Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, West Ham are going to play Sunderland, and I'm stopping here because obviously just from seeing this, I think that Jared Bowen, players like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, let's say, are going to be really popular for Game Week 1. Now, guys, also, if you're thinking about bench boosting in Game Week 1, we really need to see the prices first. But yeah, West Ham players are going to be great against Sunderland. Now, again, the teams who just promoted from the Championship are Sunderland, Leeds, and Burnley. So from these three teams, I think that Leeds are having the best chance of remaining in the Premier League. But yeah, even Leeds against Everton could be a nice option. I need to make more research, obviously, about the players. I took also a little break from FPL, to be honest with you, in these weeks. So yeah, but now I'm back to creating FPL content. I'm trying to make my graphics also look great. Hopefully, guys, you can see some improvement. Please let me know if you can hear me right, if the microphone is set up properly, because this is the first time I'm making a stream obviously with it. So yeah, I don't know if I nailed the settings, but yeah, Manchester City are going to play against Wolverhampton, so a great fixture. Spurs are going to play against Burnley. Now, if we were talking about 2 or 3 years earlier, Son could be a great option here in Game Week 1 against Burnley, but at the moment, Son is not the best, the FPL pick he was before, obviously. So we need to take all those things into consideration. But yeah, Spurs against Burnley, someone like Solanke, maybe a defender, someone like Pedro Porro. We need to see what's going to happen. Obviously, we're just talking about the game week 1. So yeah, Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Chelsea is another team who are having a really nice run of fixture from game week 1 to game week 6 or something like that. So the fixtures are great from Chelsea. And finally, I say it right now, but Palmer probably is going to be back on the menu. And I say it with also me having Palmer in the last game mix of the season. He was terrible for the last 10 or 15 game mix, something like that, in the last season. But now the fixtures are going to be great. I can already see it. Palmer performing really well in the preseason. Chelsea looking better than last season. And yeah, the fixtures are just there. They're going to start at home at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, I can see Palmer becoming an FPL option again. Also, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, please consider giving a like. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I really appreciate it, and I thank you a lot for being here so early into the season. Yeah, your support really means a lot. And yeah, hi Jeremy Baker, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. How are you? Firstly, FPL is back, kinda. We just know the fixture for the moment, but yeah, more content is going to be on the way. Son could have a good comeback season with the new manager, but like you say, it's good to wait. Yeah, so Thomas Frank, another news. A little, to be honest with you, I felt a little bit sad about Ange because he was sacked after winning the Europa League, after finally Spurs winning a trophy, but yeah, Thomas Frank is another great manager. He's really good with developing players, young players. Tottenham have really good, I mean, really good youngsters, let me say like that, or mid-aged players. So I can see Thomas Frank doing a good job at Spurs. We need to see how they are going to play. Son was not at his best in the last season. Let's be real, but again, we just need to wait to see how he's going to play in this new role with this new manager, maybe with another formation. But yeah, in game week 1, obviously Spurs have a great fixture, so let's see. I did too. I was so mad they sacked Ange, so yeah, I felt a little bit for Ange, but yeah, this is football. Sometimes it's cruel a little bit. Now, if we go a little bit, let me just, here we have the first 5 fixtures. Now, sorry guys for not preparing properly for this stream. It was supposed to be not a long stream, obviously. I didn't even know that one or two people are going to get into the stream, but yeah, now I'm not so prepared. If I make this to see all the 5 game weeks, you're not going to see anything. So we're going to keep it with 4 for the moment. These are the fixtures for all the teams. Yeah, so these are the fixtures for all the teams. Difficulty rating a little bit. Also, you can see here from game week 1 to game week 4. So we can make a better image about the fixtures. Now, this is not, the order is random at the moment. If we look at Sunderland, now obviously we need to see if we're going to have some good enablers from these new promoted sides, but the fixtures are okay. Let's just say it for Sunderland, West Ham, Burnley, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and after that in game week 5 they're going to play Aston Villa. So that is not great. Let's just look from Aston Villa. The fixtures are decent. The fixtures are great compared to other teams, to be honest with you. So they are going to start against Newcastle, which is not amazing. After that, they are going to play against Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, and Sunderland in Game Week 5. Also, you can't see that. Now, Chelsea, as I said before, one of the best fixture runs for the beginning of the season. Chelsea, so I could see myself having one or I I think that for sure one player, but maybe two, maybe three. Let's see what they are going to do in the transfer market till the end of it. At the moment, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, and Manchester United. The fixtures are decent for Brentford. So I'm just seeing this list for the first time, maybe just like you guys, or maybe not. But yeah, I just came back from work. So Brentford against Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Sunderland, Chelsea, Fulham. The fixture's not great from Brentford. Mbeumo probably is another player who's going to go to Manchester United, it looks like at the moment, or maybe Spurs, but I just don't think that. And yeah, maybe we're going to have Wissa from Brentford if he's not going to go also. But the fixtures, to be honest with you, are not going to be so appealing. We're going to have a lot of new players, and especially we're going to have, I just feel that we're going to have a lot of good forwards this season. So if we just number some, Haaland, someone like Haaland, Isak, obviously Watkins, Jackson could be an option, Marmoush, but probably Marmoush is going to be listed as a midfielder this season. So let's just wait and see. Fulham with Brighton, Manchester United, Chelsea, Leeds, Brentford. Really decent fixtures for Fulham besides Chelsea and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Arsenal, Burnley. So the fixture run for Nottingham Forest is decent. They are going to play Burnley in Game Week 5. For Spurs, they are going to start against Burnley, as I said before. Then Manchester City, Bournemouth, West Ham, and Brighton. So not the best fixture run, but not the worst for sure. Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Sunderland, West Ham. So from Game Week 4, the fixtures are a little bit better from Crystal Palace, but at the moment, we have some options. We had a lot of good FPL options for Crystal Palace in the last season with Mateta, Eze, Sar, Munoz. Let's see if all those players are going to remain at Crystal Palace, but I wouldn't go at the moment. If you ask me now, I don't think that I would go for a Crystal Palace defender. But yeah, the first three game weeks are tricky. Chelsea, Forest, Aston Villa. So yeah, at the moment, I'm not so sure if I'm going to start with any Crystal Palace players, but we need to see. I forgot to mention for Brentford, they have the new keeper, obviously from Liverpool, Kelleher. So if he's going to be priced something like 4.5, he's going to be really popular. And with that fixture run, he could be one of your 4.5 goalkeepers. If you're like me, if you like to start with two goalkeepers, two playing goalkeepers, 4.5 millions, he could be a nice rotation. Maybe you don't want to play him against Aston Villa, Chelsea, but maybe you want to play him against Forest, I don't know, in Game Week 1, and Sunderland in Game Week 3. If we go to Brighton, Fulham, Everton, Manchester City, Bournemouth, Tottenham, again, the fixtures are not great. At the moment, we need to see if João Pedro is going to stay at Brighton, but he was a really big troll last season, so I wouldn't really target Brighton at the moment. Once. Okay. Thank you so much for 6 likes, guys. If you enjoyed this stream, please consider leaving a like. Hit that subscribe button if you want to support the channel. It really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate you. And yeah, your support keep me going, obviously. So yeah, let's start with Everton. They are going to start in game week 1 against Leeds. So someone like Pickford, but probably Pickford is not going to be a cheap goalkeeper. Probably he's going to be 5 or 5.5, to be honest with you. Probably 5. But again, if he was something like 4.5, he would be too good to turn down, but he's not going to be that cheap. Leeds, Brighton, Wolverhampton, Aston Villa, and Liverpool in game week 5. So the fixtures are not great from Everton. Not considering game week 1, obviously, against Leeds. Burnley, the fixtures are not great for them also. Spurs, Sunderland, Manchester United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Sunderland against in game week 2, it's a nice fixture, obviously, but I don't know really how many people are going to have Burnley players. But obviously, at the moment, we're not going to talk about building our first draft for game week 1 because it's too far away at the moment. But obviously, you're going to need some cheaper players to accommodate those really expensive players. So that's going to be for sure an example. We need to see the prices for Haaland, Salah, Palmer, Bukayo Saka, these premium players. Let's say it like that. And after that, we need to decide which players we are going to go. Wolverhampton are starting against Manchester City. Wolverhampton are going to lose. They lost Cunha to Manchester United and they also lost Ainury. Now, sorry if I don't talk too much with you guys. I'm just trying to present the fixtures for the first 4 game weeks at least, because if anyone is going to watch this stream afterwards, I want to make sure that this information is going to be a little bit useful. But obviously, I'm just going to upload tomorrow another video, more detailed, more specific about the fixtures for the first game weeks with the teams who are going to have the best fixtures and the worst fixtures probably, and which teams are we going to target. Now, if we go to Leeds, Everton, Arsenal, Newcastle, Fulham, Wolverhampton, at the moment, I don't know about targeting Leeds. Manchester City, one of the best fixture runs for the beginning of the season with Wolverhampton, Spurs in game week 2, Brighton, Manchester United, and Arsenal in game week 5. So the fixtures are not amazing. They are not playing a new promoted side or something like that, but they are playing Wolverhampton, Spurs, Brighton, and Man United, who were a team really bad last season. Now, obviously, I'm expecting Manchester United to improve a little bit. I'm expecting Spurs to improve a little bit. So we need to see really what the preseason is going to help us with. With Liverpool, I didn't talk about Liverpool a lot. They are going to have some new players. They are going to have Frimpong, they are going to have Kerkez, they are going to have probably Wirtz. So a lot of FPL options are going to be from Liverpool. I just think that because obviously they just won the league. They were the best team in the league last season at least. And the fixtures are tricky for the first 3 game weeks. Let's see the prices for the Liverpool boys. Someone like Wirtz, let's say maybe he's going to be something like 8.5, 9 millions, 9.5. He could be a great option in FPL. They're going to start against Bournemouth at home. As I said before, the fixture is not something amazing, but it's decent. At home, at Anfield. Salah, by the way, never blanked in the first game week for the last 7 or 8 years. So yeah, maybe he's due a blank, but the fixtures are just great. I don't think that Mohamed Salah is going to stop scoring now that he got his contractor renewal. I think that's nonsense. But yeah, they are going to play after that against Newcastle away, Arsenal at home. The fixtures are not amazing. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that Newcastle is a really horrible fixture, attacking wise at least, because they can concede chances. We saw that last season. Now in the final part of the season, Newcastle defended a little bit better, but I wouldn't if you don't want to have attackers from Liverpool just because they're going to play Newcastle at home in game week 2. I think that's not the best thinking process. Let's just say that against Arsenal, of course, it's going to be really tough from the attackers to score a lot of goals, because usually Arsenal are defending amazing. But after that, from game week 4, the fixtures are turning a little bit better for Liverpool. So I could see some people maybe not going with Liverpool players, or at least not a lot of Liverpool players for the first three game weeks of the season, and then wildcard in game week 4 because they're going to play against Burnley and in game week 5 against Everton. So probably at some point you're going to want to have Mohamed Salah in your team. Now the only question is if you want to have him from the beginning, or just you need to have a plan to transfer him in game week 4. So pretty much that's the question for me. Newcastle against Aston Villa in game week 1, Liverpool game week 2. After that, Leeds, Wolverhampton, Bournemouth. The fixtures are becoming a little bit better. Let's see if all the players are going to remain at Newcastle, if Isak is going to stay. Now obviously there is interest from other teams to buy someone like Alexander Isak, but again, at the moment, it looks like he's going to stay at Newcastle, from my point of view at least. If we go to Bournemouth, they are going to start against Liverpool. As I said before, they are a team who are going to lose a lot of players, and already they lost a lot of players. Huijsen, Kerkez is going to go, maybe Semenyo. We don't know. But I'm not saying that Bournemouth are just going to become overnight a really bad team. They're going to fight for relegation. No, that's not the case. They're still going to be a pretty decent side, but they're going to start against Liverpool, and for that reason, also away at Anfield, and for that reason, I just don't think that I'm going to have a lot of players from Bournemouth for game week 1. Probably I'm not going to have anyone. After that, the fixtures are okay against Wolverhampton, Spurs, Brighton, and Newcastle. Yeah, from an attacking perspective, Wolverhampton, Spurs, Brighton, Newcastle are not bad fixture, to be honest with you, are decent. So yeah, someone like Otara, someone like Evan Nilsson, maybe not Otara, but someone like Evan Nilsson could be a nice option. Maybe someone like Clivert, who knows? Let's see what the preseason is going to help us with. With Arsenal, the fixtures are not amazing in the first 5. As I said before, we can make a case of not going with a lot of, maybe not even one Arsenal defender for game week 1. They're going to play against Man United. That's not really a bad fixture, considering that United were really bad last season. After that, Leeds, it's great. Leeds were amazing in the championship last season. As I said before, I think that they have the best chance of not getting relegated this season. They are going to play against Liverpool, Forest, and Manchester City. So in game week 3-5, Liverpool, City, United, Forest. Yeah, the Leeds fixture is great, but besides that, the fixtures are not amazing for Arsenal. Now, from an attacking perspective, someone like Bukayo Saka obviously is going to be really reliable. Let's see if they're going to buy a new striker, someone like Gyökeres maybe, or another one. Could be tempting, but the fixtures are not there for Arsenal at the moment, so I could see myself avoiding having a lot of Arsenal players for the first game weeks, at least for the season. And the last team on this list is Manchester United, which is a team we know from today are having a really bad run of fixture. They are going to play against Arsenal. Fulham is not an easy fixture. Burnley, it's nice, okay, in game week 3. Manchester City and Chelsea in game week 5. So I think that I can say it right now that I'm not going to start with a lot of Manchester United players. Probably I'm not going to start with any Manchester United player, if I'm going to be honest with you. But obviously that could change. Ask me again in 1 month time, maybe 2 months. They will have some interesting options in FPL. They will have players like Mbeumo maybe, Cunha. They are going to sign a striker maybe. They are linked at the moment with Gyökeres, but yeah, we don't know if that's going to be materialized. But yeah, so I think that we discussed a little bit about all the fixtures. We talked for 40 minutes or something like that. So again, yeah, I just want to see if I can present you anything else. yeah, we looked at the fixtures for the first 4 or 5 game weeks for all the teams. We looked at game week 1. I'm going to try to record for tomorrow another a video about the fixtures, where I'm going to take a little bit a more detailed approach to see the best, let's say the best teams, the best 6 teams last season, because we're going to have probably a lot of players from those teams in game week 1. We need to see the fixtures for all those teams, and again, uh, we're going to take a look at the worst fixture runs for the first game week of the season, and if we have the opportunity to pick some players from those teams being Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, are going to have some tricky fixtures for the first 3 at least. But yeah, if you guys don't have any other questions, or if you think that I missed something, I'm going to wrap it here. But again, this was a short stream. If you just came late, you can watch it again. I'm going to keep you posted with more FPL content this season. In the preseason, there are going to be a lots of videos with me. Please let me know in the comments down below, or if you wanna just write to me on Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever you want. I'm going to try to answer. And yeah, if you have some opinion, I think that yeah, feel free to DM me or something like that, and to let me know what you want to see in the preseason in terms of FPL content, obviously. And yeah, again, if you want to see more streams, I don't know how many streams I'm going to make until the season properly starts, but probably I'm going to make some streams when the FPL prices are going to be announced, when we're going to try to make the first drafts. But yeah, at the moment, not too much to talk. Yeah, I made a video already, if you haven't watched it, about some players who are going to be in FPL next season. But yeah, if you want me, I can make, maybe after the transfer market is going to be over, maybe I'm going to make a video about all the new players who are going to play in the Premier League next season, and to see if how many of those are going to be options realistically for our FPL teams. But yeah, at the moment, I think that this is it. Thank you so much for joining the stream so early. I know it is a little bit early to start making FPL content, but again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Leave a like on your way out if you enjoy the stream. Obviously, if you enjoy my content, if you wanna see more, please consider subscribing to this channel if you're new around here. But yeah, I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'm going to see you again soon. So yeah, I'm just going to stay here for 2 or 3 minutes if you have any other questions, but obviously it's a little bit too early to have FPL questions, right? So yeah, I totally understand if you guys are on a break, if you don't want to consume, let's just say it like that, FPL content. Just take a break. We're going to have a lot of time to discuss FPL in the upcoming months. So yeah, Jeremy Baker, thank you so much for joining here. I know it's really early, but I really appreciate all the support. I didn't really expected anyone to turn in into the stream, because yeah, not so much FPL content at the moment, but it's coming back shortly, but surely. So yeah, thanks a lot for being here. It really means a lot. Have a nice evening, guys, and I'm going to see you tomorrow with my first, let's say, video for gaming for the season 2025-2026 of Fantasy Premier League. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. And yeah, I think that that's it. Bye.